What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakey, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Now kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Those South Carolina Gamecocks, even without leading scorer and rebounder and shot blocker Kamilla Cardoso, who's all playing with Brazil in their Olympic qualifiers, it made no difference. South Carolina continues to roll. Oh my goodness, the deepest team in the nation. The bigs really stepped up. They showed their depth, the versatility, the different skill sets that all these players are bringing. They just smacked Mizzou 83-45, people. What in the world? Can they be stopped? I don't know. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. And join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakey.
Like we said, South Carolina moves to 22-0, remains the only undefeated team in the nation. Just blew the doors off Mizzou at home, 83-45. And just looking at the numbers, you can tell how dominant this team was. South Carolina shot 50% from the field, held Mizzou to under 30% shooting. Now, we knew it would be tough for Mizzou to score the basketball without leader Haley Frank, but shooting under 30%, that is tough. South Carolina also only gave up 8 free throws, y'all. They win the rebounding battle, 45-34. That's a testament of this entire team just rebounding as a unit. You love to see the 19 assists, missing Kamilla Cardoso, and still racked up 10 blocks. And then, of course, the 15 steals. And that's a testament to this backcourt. These guards just pressuring the basketball, ripping ball handlers, jumping passing lanes, wreaking havoc. And they only turn it over 10 times while forcing 19 turnovers. Just an overall dominant performance from South Carolina, top to bottom. They led in this game 21-10 after the first quarter and never looked back, to be honest with y'all. And this was really a total team effort. And you just got to appreciate the balance with this group. Bree Hall, 10 points, 7 rebounds from the guard position. Ashlyn Watkins, one of the players that saw more minutes today, 9 points, 3 assists, like that, and 7 rebounds for her as well. Raven Johnson put up 8 rebounds, like just rebounding as a team right there, man. You got 6 points from Johnson as well, 2 assists, and she continues to lead the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio. You got Chloe Kitts, who was definitely dependent on more. She had a really big first half, only missing 1 shot. She went like 6 or 7 from the field. Also grabbed 8 rebounds and threw out 2 assists. And, hey, man, when I said that she could be the focus, the vocal point of that offense down low, she was counted on. She delivered. Tahina Powell, they didn't really need much from her today. She did, continues to be one of the best three-point shooters in the nation. In her shot, Malaysia Full Wiley. In any other class other than 2023, she would be the best freshman and probably a lock for freshman of the year. But this class is just so deep. But 19 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound. She continues to be the player with the most sauce in the nation. Just the flash, the razzle, the dazzle. Whenever she touches the ball, fans are standing up on their feet because they know it's about to be a highlight. Oh, Wiley really reminds me of Kyrie Irving. Just how she handles the ball, hands it on a thread, like on a string, y'all. Can finish with either hand, has the entire layup package. Off the glass, finger roll, wide layup, right hand, left hand, contact, contested. It does not matter, man. Tessa Johnson saw some more minutes today, and hey, I love the stat sheet stuff in here. 6 points. She had a really nice transition pull-up 3. You could tell she's getting more confident with every rep. 5 assists, 5 rebounds as well. Another player with 5+ rebounds. Y'all, are y'all seeing this? A complete team effort. Sakima Walker got some action in as well, man. Had 4 points off the bench. And then Sonya Fate. 11 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. The post player who benefited the most from Kamilla Cardoso being out. Coach Don Staley said she had been preparing for this moment, and at 6'3", she was just a physical specimen out there. And her game is different. She's bringing a different skill set than Cardoso does. You know what I'm saying? But still, just dominant, physical, finished through contact, was active on the boards. She was getting down and running that transition like Cardoso, I tell you. And the guards were rewarding her, hitting her in stride. And this is just another incredible performance from those South Carolina Gamecocks, man, as they gear up to host UConn in a couple of days. But they did not skip a beat without Kamilla Cardoso, y'all. How many teams can lose their leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading shot blocker, and still have 10 team blocks, still dominate the rebounding battle, still dominate points in the paint, man? Like, Watkins was incredible. She was physical. She was out there bothering shots, forcing turnovers. Like, man, it just feels crazy how many times you saw Mizzou players hit the floor, man. It was crazy. Fegan, love what we saw. Love what we saw, man. Like, just showing another skill set, the athleticism, you know what I'm saying, the post play, the just being able to crash the glass and get second chance points. South Carolina was just dominant on the glass, and it wasn't just the bigs, but seeing those bigs step up the way they did, knowing that Aaliyah Edwards is coming to town, we saw the depth. We saw that they can throw body after body after body. And in previous videos, we talked about that in the comments, how these bigs were waiting on their turn. They've known Kamilla Cardoso was gonna miss these games. They knew that already. So Watkins, Kitts, Fagan, man, just stepping up, playing huge minutes, playing extended minutes, and continuing to just be reliable low post options. South Carolina is known for having dominant post play year after year, and they have them in spades this year, man. I don't know if there's a front court deeper in the nation than South Carolina. And all these bigs that they have bring different skill sets. I mean, you got kids who can shoot the rock, spread the floor, hit the three. You know what I'm saying? Get it off the dribble. Like, she's the most offensively advanced, in my opinion. You got Ashlyn Watkins, who may be the most athletic player to come through South Carolina. Just being able to dunk the basketball, use that athleticism to block shots, get up and down the court. She's physical. You got Fagan, another big body, experienced, skilled, who is just, it was no drop off. It was not a drop off tonight, y'all. It was not a drop off, man. It was just crazy to see. Not even, it wasn't crazy. Like, this isn't a surprise. I don't want to come off like I'm surprised, but it's just crazy though, man, that they have this depth and this quality coming off the bench. And I think that's going to be their biggest strength against UConn, man. Like, when they put in that second five against UConn, who's only playing 7 players right now, that depth is going to be something serious. Yes, I know they have Paige Beckers. Aaliyah Edwards is having a crazy 5-game stretch right now, just continuing the ball. She balled out the last time these two teams played, and they have less size than they did last time for South Carolina. So I fully expect Edwards to eat, and she's going to have to get these UConn bigs in foul trouble, or try to anyway. But the depth, or excuse me, the South Carolina bigs in foul trouble, or try to, but the depth of South Carolina, the looks that they can throw at you. They can go small, they can go big, and then you still have to deal with all these guards. The added shooting. Raven Johnson shooting at a career high. You cannot play her like Iowa tried to. Malaysia Fort Wiley's bringing a different element off the bench. She could start for almost any team in the country, y'all. Bree Hall, her emergence as that 3-and-D, making big shots. We saw her close out the LSU game, taking big shots. She can get to the bucket. She's a menace on defense. The perimeter defense, even when you throw Tessa Johnson in there, like Raven Johnson, Full Wiley, like that backcourt, pow, like the way they're pressuring the basketball and forcing turnovers, they never let Mizzou establish any type of rhythm. I mean, that it could have got worse. They really could have put 100 up on Mizzou, like, honestly. But it was nice to see some of the players that don't typically get extended minutes get more minutes tonight, and they took full advantage. These reserves took full advantage. These bigs took full advantage. They took full advantage of this game, man, and it was just an impressive effort. And it was exciting just to see, you know, little glance at the future too of what this team will look like next year. But it's just too much depth, too much balance. I mean, you got multiple players in double digits every single game. There's not one person that you can take away and it ruins the game plan for this team. Like you can stop one score. Like Pow Pow had 6 points tonight, and she's been one of the leading scorers. They didn't even need her to score and still won big big, y'all. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy the depth. This is one of the greatest women's college basketball teams that we've seen. And just the mentality, it feels like they're hungrier than last year. The mentality that these players have, they're not. They didn't look past Mizzou. I know some people were saying, this could be a trap game. This could be a tough matchup. They were worried about Mizzou. You know what I'm saying? They could come out and surprise some folks. And they did take a 6-0 lead until South Carolina woke up and put that defense on. But they didn't. They were completely focused on Mizzou. There was no looking ahead to UConn. They knew what was right in front of them, and they took care of business, man. This team is just another level of focus right now. They're on another level, another tier than everybody else in the nation. And yeah, we've made previous videos, and y'all seen, you can make a case because there's a lot of talent, and March Madness is unpredictable. You only got to be bad one night. We saw the juggernaut that South Carolina had last year that, the freshies did not get it done, lost in the Final Four. But this team, this year, the focus is different. The mentality is just completely different, y'all. Like, they are coming out with an unmatched intensity. They are just pummeling teams, suffocating them. The bigs blocking shots, the guards just ripping defenders, getting steals, pickpockets, jumping passing lanes. And the most impressive thing is they are turning these turnovers into easy transition buckets. I mean, for a while, he's just out there dribbling through whole teams with the oop and the up, the under, and finishing at the cup, man. So it's just, this team is just too good, too big, too physical, too fast, too skilled, too everything, man. I think this will be a good matchup for UConn, and we'll go more in depth in my next video and preview the keys to victory for both teams. We'll get more into that. I kind of wanted to focus more on the Mizzou game and the first game without Kamilla Cardoso and just seeing, what they did. But UConn is going to come in big. Gino just hit 1,200 wins. Like, they're coming in. They're going to be hyped. They're going to be coming to compete. We know that much with their 7. But this 10 for South Carolina, I mean, they just wear teams down. There's no drop off. Like, I'm not sure you can beat this team with just 7 players because they're going to be pedal to the metal. They can play fast. They can play half court. They can play big. They can play small. And the physicality, they just wear teams down to the point where they're fatigued. They make mistakes. They take bad shots. And South Carolina just capitalizes, man. I really don't think this team has a true weakness. Like, we've talked about it, and people have shared their opinions, but nobody's really pointed out a true weakness for this team. And it just looks like, man, everybody's beatable any given night, but the only undefeated team looks like they're going to keep on rolling. It don't look like there's a loss in sight. Not for a while, anyway. Not for a while, man. It's just, whoo wee. This team, y'all. This team. This just feels like a special year. This feels like a championship type of year. And Coach Don Staley has these players locked in. Arguably the best coach in the game right now. Has her team firing on all cylinders. They have that next man mentality. And it's just incredible to see, man. A true player's coach and just respected by every coach. The fans, it's big love there. But South Carolina continues to dominate, continues to have one of the largest margins of wins in the nation points wise. They are just destroying teams from the tip. Um, it's not even fair out there. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, man. Y'all holler at your boy. Let me know. Holler in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all just continuing to engage, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, we out.